with a record-breaking reward of €100,000 offered for any information that may lead to his capture. He became the most wanted criminal in the Netherlands and the prime suspect in at least 10 murders related to organized crime, drug trafficking, and leading a criminal organization. This looks like some Pablo Escobar stuff, but the man in question we'll be looking at in this video is Ridouan Taghi. Now this story has it all, from organized crime, to assassinations, to changing of identity and disguise to even an alleged prison break. It's one of those scenarios you'd often see in blockbuster movies, except this is real life and it gets really twisted as you go deeper. And in this video, we'll get into all the details of all his really incredible crimes. Welcome viewers to Crime Sagas, where I post all things related to Dutch criminals, so if you're a lover of crime stories, please subscribe and turn on notifications. So without further ado, let's dive into the story of Dutch crime king Ridouan Taghi. Our story starts in the northern region of Morocco, where Ridouan Taghi was born on the 20th of December 1977, and in 1980, just aged 3, he moved together with his family to Vianen, a city and a former municipality in the central Netherlands, located in the province of Utrecht and south of the Lek River. This was where Taghi grew up, and aside from his parents, he had his older brother and 2 sisters who were also born in Morocco, and another 6 sisters and 1 brother who were born in the Netherlands. Growing up, Taghi had pretty much a rough life, and from his younger teen years, he took the path of crime, joining a youth gang called the Bad Boy, and together, they were responsible for a series of crimes in the Utrecht region, ranging from burglaries to possession of dangerous weapons and other petty crimes, and this landed Taghi his first sentence in 1992. He later quit school at age 17, and of course, it wasn't to pursue an honorable career. Throughout his adult years, Taghi would eventually rise to become a key player in the Dutch criminal scene. His criminal career began in the late 1990s when he became associated with a network of drug traffickers operating in the Netherlands. Taghi soon became the leader of a criminal organization, known as the Mocro Mafia, consisting primarily of Moroccan Dutch criminals. Now, this group is notorious for its involvement in drug trafficking, particularly cocaine. Taghi's network established connections with international drug cartels, enabling them to import large quantities of drugs into the Netherlands, giving a lot of headache and sleepless nights to the federal authorities. One of Taghi's key strengths in the drug business was his ability to maintain a low profile and avoid attracting the attention of law enforcement. He managed to evade capture for a long time, thanks to his ability to alter his appearance, use false identities, and constantly stay on the move. He operated in the shadows and employed a network of trusted associates to carry out his illegal activities. Taghi's network soon became notorious for violent crimes, as the drug trafficking business is a dirty one and they have been involved in various altercations with rival crime gangs. One of the most prominent cases linked to Taghi is the Mocro Mafia War, a deadly conflict between rival criminal groups that erupted in 2012. The series of bloody events started with the theft of about 200 kilos of cocaine shipment in the port of Antwerp, Belgium, led to a violent confrontation between gangs in Amsterdam and other Dutch cities, which lasted until 2017. The war extended beyond borders, reaching Barcelona, where a murder connected to the Mocro Mafia occurred in July 2018. The death toll from this conflict exceeds 100 casualties, including innocent people who were mistakenly killed. One particularly horrifying incident was the discovery of a decapitated head outside a bar in central Amsterdam. The violence associated with this conflict drew significant attention from the media and law enforcement agencies, leading to intensified efforts to bring down Taghi and his organization. Investigation and capture. The Dutch authorities launched multiple investigations targeting Taghi and his criminal network. The intense pressure eventually paid off, and in December 2019, Taghi was arrested in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, after being on the run for several years. That was certainly a big win for the Dutch and a big blow to Taghi's crime network. Following his arrest, Taghi was extradited to the Netherlands, where he faced multiple charges, including drug trafficking, money laundering, and involvement in numerous murders. His trial began in 2020 and attracted widespread attention. Taghi's criminal empire and the extent of his involvement in various crimes came to light during the proceedings, and the authorities were shocked to find out that he was the alleged mastermind in cases that weren't even tied to him. Taghi's criminal activities came to the attention of law enforcement agencies back in 2013 when the Spanish police linked him to the assassination of Mohammed Abdellaoui. He was also known as a major cocaine dealer during this time. From 2013 onwards, the Dutch police received tips about Taghi's involvement in criminal activities, leading to increased surveillance and investigations. One pivotal moment occurred back in June 2015 when drug trafficker Ibrahim Buju came clean and reported Taghi and his suspected right-hand man, said Razuki, to the Dutch police. Buju claimed to be on Taghi's hit list due to his involvement in the abduction of a coffee shop owner, who was a friend of Taghi, in 2009, but despite his best effort, Buju was found dead near Cadiz in January 2022 just when the authorities thought they had a solid evidence against Taghi. Taghi and his network have also been associated with various other assassinations and attempted murders. In January 2014, a failed attempt to kill criminal Samir Jabli resulted in the death of an innocent student. Later that year, a successful attempt claimed Jabli's life, and while a Crown witness in the Marengo trial against Taghi and his group named Nabil alleged Taghi's involvement in this murder, it was not included in the trial due to insufficient evidence. However, in August 2021, the discovery of Taghi's DNA on bullets used in Jabli's assassination added weight to the prosecution's claims. Following the attempts to assassinate Nabil's brother, who was ultimately killed, and so was Nabil's lawyer, Dirk Wiersum, tensions surrounding the trial intensified. Also, the killing of renowned crime reporter Peter R. de Vries, who had been a confidant of Nabil and received prior warnings of being on Taghi's hit list, further deepened concerns about Taghi's alleged involvement in these acts of violence. De Vries was fatally shot in broad daylight outside an Amsterdam television studio. The police also suspect Taghi's involvement in a failed assassination attempt on another journalist, John van den Heuvel, and he was also accused of ordering the assassination of spy shop employee Ronald Bakker in September 2015. Bakker had been directed by the police to provide information about his clients, which included Taghi's organization. It is believed that this prompted Taghi to order the assassination. Other people who fell victim to Taghi's judgment included Abderrahim Belhaj, Samira Raghib, Ranko Sakic, Martin Koch, Khalid, and several individuals associated with Taghi's crime rival named Mustafa. The prosecution asserts that Taghi ordered these assassinations for various reasons, including theft, betrayal, and disclosure of information to the police. Ridouan Taghi has consistently denied his involvement in these murders. There is mounting evidence and testimonies linking him to the crimes, and the pursuit of justice and the trial against Taghi and his organization remains ongoing to this day, as authorities strive to address the significant challenges posed by organized crime. Taghi's criminal organization, as described in documents from the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, was believed to be one of the largest drug cartels in the world. The organization had a significant presence in drug trafficking, with a monopoly over Peruvian cocaine and control over a considerable portion of the European cocaine trade. The crimes attributed to Taghi and his organization, including the targeted assassinations and drug trafficking operations, have certainly shaken the Netherlands and its surrounding nations. The law enforcement agencies in the country are aiming to dismantle his criminal network and bring him to justice for his alleged crimes. The prosecution requested for a life sentence to be imposed on Taghi and 4 of his co-defendants for their involvement in the murder of 6 underworld associates. The case, known as the Marengo trial, involves a total of 16 people who are accused of orchestrating a series of revenge killings. The gang's objective was to carry out the murder of 13 individuals over an 18-month period, although 7 of the planned attacks were not executed. According to the prosecution, the gang displayed a callous disregard for human life, treating it as a disposable commodity, and employed extreme violence to intimidate potential witnesses from cooperating with the police. The victims were targeted at close range, often while sitting in their vehicles. One victim, Samira Raghib, tragically lost his life while his daughter was present in the back seat. You can imagine the horror that unfolded in front of the girl. Throughout the trial, none of the 16 suspects chose to speak or provide any evidence. The proceedings commenced in March 2023 and have been taking place in the high-security courtroom in Amsterdam known as the Bunker. The prosecution asserted that all the assassinations were carried out on Ridouan Taghi's orders, emphasizing his authority in making critical decisions, including those pertaining to life and death. Taghi, now aged 44, is considered the primary suspect in this case. The prosecutors also sought life sentences for his co-defendants Mohammed, Mao's brother Mario, and Ashraf. Mohammed, aged 40, and Mao, aged 47, are alleged to have recruited contract killers on behalf of Taghi, while Mario, aged 42, and Ashraf, aged 29, are also implicated in the charges. The prosecution requested prison terms ranging from 6 to 20 years for the remaining 10 defendants. The shortest sentence was recommended for Juan Ricardo, who stands accused of distributing money and mobile phones to the gang. Said Razuki, described as Taghi's right-hand man, is facing a life sentence as well, following his arrest in Colombia and subsequent extradition to the Netherlands in December of the previous year. The prosecution also sought a 10-year sentence for Nabil, whose testimony played a crucial role in advancing the case. The requested sentence represents half of what would have been recommended had he not cooperated with the police. Nabil had served as the getaway driver in a failed assassination attempt, resulting in the death of a family friend named Hakim Changachi in 2017. Nabil informed Changachi's family that Taghi's gang had mistakenly targeted him, believing him to be a criminal based in Utrecht. Fearing retaliation from Taghi, Nabil sought police protection. Tragically, due to his cooperation with the authorities, his brother, his lawyer, and the investigative journalist Peter R. de Vries were all shot dead. The court is expected to deliver its verdict and pass sentences in the following year, which will determine the legal consequences for all the defendants involved in the Marengo trial. It's safe to say that the authorities and prosecution won't stop until a fair judgment has been passed on Ridouan Taghi, as this would bring the much-needed closure for the families of the innocent victims that had their lives ended by his crime network. Before we round up, there's a bit of an interesting and recent revelation of Taghi's plot to orchestrate a movie-style jailbreak from his high-security prison. Taghi reportedly discussed his escape plan with his lawyer cousin during meetings held to prepare for his trial. During these meetings, Taghi proposed 3 different scenarios to his cousin. One involved hiring highly trained gunmen, comparable to Navy SEALs, to launch an attack either on the courthouse or the prison itself, aiming to free him. In another scenario, Taghi suggested kidnapping prison employees or their family members as a bargaining chip for his release. The details of these plans came to light when the police intercepted messages exchanged between gang members. The audacity and recklessness of Taghi and his gang members have shocked authorities. A Belgian detective familiar with the case, who requested to remain anonymous due to professional restrictions, described Taghi as one of the most insolent criminals encountered in recent times. The detective stated that if anyone else had proposed such a plan, it would sound like something out of a movie and dismissed as complete nonsense. However, given Taghi's track record of allegedly killing witnesses, lawyers, and journalists, the detective believes that he would have attempted the jailbreak if given the opportunity. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. Please drop a like and leave your comments below. Also, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next video.